In this section, I will give a live demonstration of how we use Mastodon API to harvest two data. The API we use is the timeline public method, which is a convenience method. It can fetches all the visual tools from the public timeline, and it can bypass the user level request limit of 300 requests per 5 minutes. Now let's move on to the code implementation. Our main class here is the work class. First, a configuration file is read to initialize the worker class, and the configuration file looks like this. So the first two entries specifies the timeline that the crawler is assigned to work on, and then we have the entries about the database connections, and then we have all the access tokens of Mastodon client. And the last one is the Mastodon instances. So this option is useful when the Mastodon server is down and we need to switch to another node. So let's move back to the code. Our code have error handling and the self-rebooting mechanisms. So when an error happens, the worker will just reinitialize the part that emit the problem, emit the error. And this is controlled by these two variables here. So the result DB flag, if it's set to be true, then in the next iteration, the worker will reinitialize the DB connection. And to avoid infinite looping, and we have also added a maximum retry count. So this is set to be 10. After 10 tries, then we just stop and exit the program. We have also added a wait time as 100 milliseconds. And so let's move on to the local demo. So to use this crawler, we have to pass through the path to the configuration file. So I have constructed an empty database on my local device, and if we refresh it, we can see that it has already completed the crawling. Let's look into one document. So these are the features that we store for two data. We store the IDs and two IDs, author account, the content. Worth mentioning that we have also included a new feature called sentiment. And this sentiment is extracted using a natural language processing model. And this is also done during the crawling process. So after the raw tools have been crawled, it will just feed the raw text into the sentiment model and output the sentiment for downstream analysis. Thank you.